Hello, this is Naimisha Goswami. You are welcome in today's session of machine design. So in today's session, I'm going to cover or I'm going to discuss classification of gears. So gears are basically classified on basis of axis of position of axis of shaft. So there is three classification. First is when shaft axis is parallel to each other. So there is subcategory spur gear, helical gear and rack and pinion gear. Then when shaft axis is intersecting with each other, so under this category there is bevel gear. And next one is when shaft axis is not intersecting and not parallel to each other. So in this category basically worm and worm gear will come. So what is the function of gear? Why we use gears? So gears are basically used for the power transmission capacity, or these are used for the power transmissions, and they can change the speed and they can change the torque and direction of motion. So these are the basic function of gears. So next is first classification is when shaft axis is parallel to each other. So under this category first gear is your spur gear. So in spur gear you can see here in this figure both shaft in yellow color and green color, both shaft axes are parallel to each other and teeth of gears are also parallel to with respect to your shaft axis. So this type of gears are known as spur gear. So what are the, now next is your helical gear. Helical gear is gear when shaft axis is parallel to each other. You can see in this diagram, this is your helical gear. Shaft axis is parallel to each other, but you can see that teeth are at some inclination with respect to your shaft axis. So these type of gear are known as helical gear. Now where we use helical gear and what are the application of your helical gears? So helical gears are generally used in prime movers, in gas turbine. So these are the basic application of your helical gear. And there is a basic difference between spur gear and helical gear is that in case of spur gear, generally sudden engagement and disengagement takes place. But in case of helical gear, because teeth are not parallel to with respect to your shaft axis, so there is a smooth engagement and disengagement may be occurred. So due to that, they are quite in operation as compared to your spur gear. So that's why spur gear are used in household application where noise can be tolerated. So in washing machine and electrical screwdrivers, so spur gear are used. But helical gears are used in prime movers in gas turbines. Okay, so these are the application of your helical gear and your spur gear. Now, next is your herringbone gear. So herringbone gear is again one advancement of your helical gear, or you can say that double helical gears are also known as your herringbone gear. So now what is the need of your herringbone gear? Because we already discussed about the helical gear, right? So herringbone gears are used to cancel out the axial thrust which are produced in case of your helical gear. So you can see here in this diagram, double helical gear, we are using in one gear there are the two helical gear, one having the right-handed teeth and another one having the left-handed teeth. But shaft axis you can see here, both are parallel to each other. So these are very quite in operation and they can cancel out the axial thrust produced at the contact point. So these are your herringbone gear. So this is the special type of your double helical gear. Next is your rack and pinion gear. So rack and pinion gear, you can see here in this diagram, one element of which is having the translatory motion is known as rack, and which is having the rotary motion which is known as pinion. So these type of gears are basically used to transfer your translatory motion to your rotary motion, or you can say that vice and versa. Okay, so these are used where we use, so these type of gears are used in lathe machine, lathe machine. In lathe machine these are used. Particular application is your saddle portion, where we need the translatory motion will be converted into rotary motion. So this is your application of rack and pinion gear. Next gear is when shaft axis is intersecting with each other. So mainly these gears are your Wavell gear. Again there is a classification of Wavell gear is your straight Wavell gear. So what is the straight Wavell gear? You can see here shaft axis of both the gears are intersecting with each other, right? But teeth are parallel to with respect to your shaft axis. So these type of gear, when shaft axis is intersecting with each other and then teeth are parallel to with respect to your shaft axis, is known as straight Wavell gear. Next is your meters gears. So what is meter gear? Meter gear is a special classification when shaft axis of both the gears are at 90 degree. Okay, so this type of special gear is known as your meter Wavell gear. Next is your helical Wavell gear. Okay, so helical Wavell gear is this type of gear. You can see in this diagram, teeth, these type of gears are also known as spiral Wavell gear, right? So this type of gear you can see here, shaft axis is intersecting with each other, but teeth are not parallel to with respect to your shaft axis. So this is the main difference between your straight Wavell gear and spiral Wavell gear, right? So this type of when teeth are not parallel to your shaft axis and shaft axis is intersecting with each other, so these type of gears are known as your helical gear. Now next classification is your worm gear, right? So a worm gear are gear when one element is having the screw like threads and another one having the tooth-head gearing. Okay, so these are the two elements. Okay, this is the special classification of, you can see here, shaft axis is not parallel, not intersecting with each other, right? But you can see that when we will discuss about the angle, these are not intersecting, right? But they are having some about 90 degree angle. So sometimes it is asked in your MCQ exams, or this is very important. All classification of gear is very important as point of your examination point of view, right? So you can see here, this gear are basically having the screw like threads in one and tooth-head gearing in another. So this is known as your worm gear. Now design of worm gear is generally based on your tooth-head gearing. We consider that this type of tooth-head gearing is weak, so that's why we always design worm gear on basis of your gear, not basis of your screw light or thread light, which is having the screw light structure, right? So these type of gear are used to transmit the heavy power, right? So these are basically used in material handling system, or to move out the load, very heavy load from one place to another place. So these are having the application in material handling system, and they are also having the large contact area. So due to that case, these are also transmit more higher torque transmission capacity, and speed reduction ratio is very, very high in case of your worm gear. So thank you, keep watching.